Welcome to Litbit channel. Today we will see a poem, A Ring to Me Bondage by Mina Assadi. Let's see the impression book by question and answer. First one, although the poet says her prayer daily, why does she not thinking of prayer mats? The poet does not think of prayer mats because they are narrow, functional objects that symbolize a fixed, conventional way of praying. Instead, she values the experience of prayer itself. She connects to the expansive beauty of nature, symbolized by 100 roads passing through gardens. For her, the act of prayer is more meaningful than the mat it is performed on, as she finds spirituality in the open space of nature. What does the poet says about the Qibla? The poet says that she knows the Qibla, but for her, it is where happiness is. The redefines the Qibla, a direction traditionally associated with prayer, as a place of personal fulfillment rather than a specific religious direction. It represents an internal sense of joy and peace. Third one, why does the poet envy the sea? The poet envies the sea because it seems small compared to the vastness of the ocean it eventually joins. This reflects her admiration for something greater, possibly symbolizing freedom or unity with a larger extent, suggesting that she too longs to be part of something boundless. Next one. According to the poet, what are the uses of memories? The poet views memories as a sources of freedom. She sees a short walk in the garden of memories as a form of liberation, allowing her to experience the past in the way that brings her joy and release from the constraints of the present. Fifth one, what is the poet's definitions of a jailer and a murderer? To the poet, a jailer is anyone who keeps a cage, implying that anyone who restricts the freedom of others is an impersonal. A murder to her is anything that separates the fish from the water, symbolizing those who remove being from their natural or rightful place, thus causing harms and suffering. Next one, do you agree that a ring is bondage? Give reason to separate your answer. Yes, I agree that a ring can symbolize bondage because it can represent commitment that might restrict freedom. In any context, a ring is a symbol of a marriage or other forms of attachment, so who, while meaningful, can also limit personal independence. The poet may use the ring as a restraint, suggesting that any bond, even a loving one, can act as a form of confinement. However, others may see a ring as a symbol of love and connections rather than restriction, indicating that this interpretation depends on the one's personal value. Next one, Mina Assadi admits that I see any thoughts that may remain useless in the mind as a wall. What kind of wall is this? Read the poem again. Does Assadi herself give evidence of having any such walls in her mind? This wall represents a mental barrier that prevents growth or understanding. Useless thoughts, in the poet's view, act as obstacles that block her from exploring or evolving in meaningful way. Assadi appears to avoid such walls by rethinking traditional ideas, finding spirituality in nature, and rejecting society constraints. Her openness to refining concepts like happiness, wealth, and freedom shows her desire to overcome such mental walls and embrace a liberated mindset. Thank you, viewers. Thanks for watching this video.